Mm, I don't want bubbles. I don't want a dance party either. Let it be a dream. Let's see. Uh, Something alienish. I think I had it before. Uh, I guess that would be apropos. Oh Lord, I've been trying to go to sleep for hours. And it's not like I don't have to be to work in a few hours from now. Which, when I finish this video, I'm going to call out. Because I'll be freaking tired. But anyway, so I'm awake. And every day is some talk about aliens. And it's almost deja vu for me. Because this country went through this in the 70s and probably went through it in prior decades. But I remember being a kid and the talk was aliens. Are we alone? Oh, alien sighting. Oh, what's that place? Something. What is that place in Nevada? Area 52 or something like that. You know, the U.S. government. There's a spaceship crashed there, and nobody knows, and it's top secret. I went through this already. So now there's a resurgence of alien sightings and stuff. And you know what? Check this out. In the 70s, when they were going through this phenomena, this is what happened. Every time you saw a spacecraft, an alien mobile, if you will, you never could quite make it out. Okay? And you can understand, or I can understand back in the 70s, technology ain't like what it is today. I would think that the technology is so more advanced that if somebody has captured a spacecraft on video, we would be able to see that it's a spacecraft. But the images are just like the images in the 70s. Come on, we got 4K, 8K, gazillion K, all this shit going on. Why does the video footage of alleged spacecraft or alleged sightings of spacecrafts look just like video footage that they were freaking out about in the 70s? Now, am I saying there's no such things as aliens? No, I'm not. Why? I mean, planet Earth. The Earth is a bad motherfucker, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. But you got all these living organisms on Earth. I don't know how many different insects there are. But they'll say you got 1,000,000 different insects, 1,000,000 different varieties of plants and trees. And, human beings is a giving. But then you got cells and organisms and bacteria, all these living things that live on Earth. And then there's so many other moons in the galaxy and other planets. Why would Earth be the only planet in all of the atmosphere with life on it? I think it's arrogant to think that we are the only ones. Now, I don't know how much you pay attention to space and Americans, you know, they're always going up there. And I spoke about this before. And here's my theory. Understand now they're having space tours, and it costs buku amounts of money to take a space tour. So it's only offered and presented to the uber rich. Now, in case you haven't heard my theory, I'm going to repeat it again. I think that they are on a planet. They, who is they? Americans, scientists. They're on a planet and they have been working on this for years already. With climate change going on here on the earth, they know that earth is going to be inhabitable, if not non existent, in the future. And day by day, we are rapidly approaching that moment. So they are preparing to live on another planet, right? On that planet, there are aliens, different kinds of aliens. And I'll say there's two species of aliens on this planet. Might be more, but I'll say there's more than one species. I'll say two. They could be some white aliens, could be some black aliens. But I'll give them another color. I'll say there's some purple aliens and there's some green aliens. I think the white man has dominated them, or at least one of them, and has the green aliens thinking that they're better than the purple aliens. And I think they have enslaved the purple aliens to build communities up there. And they had to enslave aliens to do the work because we are not able to live up there yet because that environment is not congruent with what we need to survive anatomically, physically, or whatever. So they have to enslave the aliens to do the work to make it habitable for human beings. Stay with me now. Don't go nowhere. Stay with me. Understand that the more things change, the more they stay the same. You figure, okay, tomorrow's Juneteenth. We're celebrating the freedom of the slaves. Things have changed, yet it's still the same because that's what they're doing up on some planet. They need money. It takes a lot of money to have this take place, to have a community, you know, uh, work, live, and play, I guess, communities. And the aliens are doing the work, the slave aliens, to make it habitable for us to live there. That means dealing with the air, if you will, up there. Maybe they're building, maybe they need special equipment up there that's going to pump or do something to the air quality so that humans can breathe up there. I don't know. Use your imagination. What they might need to do to make it habitable for human beings or for the white man. So I think they're at the point where they need money, lots of money. So one way to generate some income is to have space tours. But on top of that, the people who they have participating in the space tours are going on a tour on this planet, and they're looking at the possibilities. They're uh, going into workshops and having meetings and tours, and this is the plan for the future, and this is what's happening to earth and climate change, and if you invest such and such amount of money, you can buy this plot of land, or we'll have your name on this space street or whatever. And I think that's how they're getting their money to keep this project going. You will be guaranteed, you and your grandchildren and your great great grandchildren, whatever, they all will have a place up here in space. Then my mind further explores this theory because, and I said it before, I think either Earth is going to combust or they are going to destroy Earth once they have things situated up there the way it needs to be. And I don't think any of, people of color will be up there. I just don't think so. Except for one black man. Because, they're going to have things up there like they have down here, like perhaps a zoo. But their zoo would consist of one exhibit. And it will be the biggest black man with the biggest schlong. And they'll keep him up there in a cage. Just for entertainment purposes. But you know what's going to happen? There's going to be a woman up there, or quite a few of them. They're going to be sneaking in his cage. And guess what? It's going to start the population of us all over again. But that little aspect I just told you about, the black man and big schlong, that's just something I think about to amuse myself. Although it's not necessarily impossible to believe, now is it? So again, I just can't understand. I mean, we can get on our phones. I'll never forget, in 1999, my sister told me, we were talking. She said, you know what's going to happen in the future? And I was like, what? She said, one day we are going to be able to call each other and look at each other on the phone while we're talking. Now, yeah, cell phones were out, but not like this. I think they could have been the cell phones, with the big clunky box you had to walk around with. There wasn't any, was it 99? You know what? There could have been cell phones out in 99. I didn't get my first cell phone till 2004. I was totally against cell phones. But yeah, I think there might have been cell phones, but Of course, nothing as advanced as it is today. So now we're talking on landline phones on that day at that time. So my mind didn't even go to cell phones. And she didn't mention, cell phones. She said telephone. So I'm thinking, well, how are they going to do this? Because I'm on the landline phone. I'm trying to figure out, well, where would they put a screen or whatever? How are we going to be talking to see each other? And why is that even necessary? Why do I want to see you while I'm talking to you on the phone? I might be talking to you butt naked. I might be talking to you while I'm busy doing something I don't want you to see. You know, I, and sure enough, look what we got today. But anyway, this is what I was laying awake thinking about, these aliens. And so, going back to what I was saying, with all this advancement in technology, how come everybody who has video of a spacecraft, an alien craft, they all are the same grainy quality that you really can't make out what it is. You just might see a little light moving in the sky. Ah, that's an alien ship. Really? Really? I mean, am I right or wrong? Does that make sense to you? How come even when they show alleged aliens, figures, or whatever, it's always grainy fucking video? We are no longer in the days of grainy video, are we? Another point I want to make with this resurgence of alien talk that I lived through in the 70s when I was like 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 years old, I can remember. I forgot my train of thought. Lost my train of thought. Um, duh, 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 duh. Oh well, I forgot where I was going with that. Just that quick. It's thundering. But talked about the grainy video. Da, 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 da. What was I saying? Damn, I hate when that happens. Oh, okay, I know where I'm going now. So, what if they are at that point where whatever planet they on is habitable for human beings now? And now they're just slowly trying to introduce aliens to us, to the earth. You know, perhaps they've been massaging our minds and getting us used to the concept through using movies, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. What was the theme song to that movie? It was a popular song. I think it was an instrumental song. It's very popular. Anyway, so suppose they had been using movies to influence us, to, you know, let down our guards and uh, lay aside our fears. What if that's what they're doing? I mean, do you not understand, or do you not think that the government uses movies and music to influence people? I went through this before, and a lot of people are still lost on the concept of the power of music, the power of um, culture in movies and in music. You know, again, let's go back to the origins of hip hop and rap music. Think of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. You know, what's that other one? Um, These Are the Breaks, Curtis Blow. Think about their songs or go back and listen to their songs. What was the message? Or did their music have a message? Was the message kill, die, kill, nigga die slow? The Sugar Hill Gang. What was that message? So you think from 1979, from the first rap record that was played on the radio, all the way to 1989, that's 10 years. Just listen to hip hop, to rap music, any group, the first 10 years. What happened in 1989? Like the last wholesome group in rap and hip hop, I would say was Kid and Play. They were happy. They were singing about partying and dancing and, having a good time. You had Public Enemy. Yeah, they was rapping about, social injustice and things like that. But that's what music is supposed to do. Provoke thought, provoke change, you know, illuminate issues. And that was Public Enemy's role and some other groups like them, Poor Righteous Teachers. So you think about all that rap music in the first 10 years until NWA came out. And what were they talking about? And what has happened to rap music since their success? In 1989, we had MC Hammer. It's Hammer time. Shiny suits, high energy dancing, smiles on faces and everything. And remember when Hammer, was kind of losing his zhuzh? And I think his last album, he comes out trying to look like a gangster, wipe the smile off his face, got a bandana on his head, trying to look hard. That wasn't him. Because that's where the music was going. And he tried to fit into that. And now, look what we have today in rap music. Every song is about murder, sex, drugs, and fill in the blank. Well, some people argue, well, what about Arnold Schwarzenegger and they make violent movies? It's the same thing. Mm, might be in the same water, but they're different boats. I could tell you, especially throughout the 80s, how rap music was, especially from the mid 80s. A lot of us were enrolling in college. We were being influenced by the music. We was being influenced by the Cosby Show. We were being influenced by all these positive images that we were seeing. But now, today, anyway, enough of that. Back to the damn aliens. And I got off on a tangent because I was talking about how the government uses movies and music to influence us. And there's people who just don't believe it. There's people who just don't think music has an impact on us. And I'm like, how could you say that? How many times have you heard a song from 20 years ago and it just brought you back to a time and you knew what you were doing when you heard that song? So you can't say it doesn't have an impact on us, right? Okay. Anyway, I'm just going to sit back and keep half-ass paying attention to this alien stuff. What's going to be is what's going to be. Tina Turner believed that, once she leave this earth, she'll go to another planet. Hmm, perhaps. Maybe. I don't care where I go, just as long as I don't go to hell. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.